Let's see. The tune being played is Apart by Sumu. A part of the NCS playlist that I've got going on. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? It's your boy, the Grandmaster of IT, Marcus Major Linux Summers, and it's time once again for another episode of Tech Talk Today. It is Monday, June 10th, 2024. Excuse me. What's going on, chips? But no dip. Why not the dip? We love the dip. Just don't double dip. All right. So we got a quick show today. I cannot be here no later than noon today because even though my son's school is not that far away from my house, I still have to get dressed, get ready. I'm wearing a very dirty black t-shirt, which may not play on the stream. It still looks very, very nice and black, but it is dirty. Trust me. And I'm still basically in PJs. Loki listening at work, figured I'd drop in, see what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Yeah, this isn't necessarily a visual type of stream. It's more audio focused, mainly because I'm talking about some news. Also some news, some gaming, some tech news. This is the catching up over the weekend session. But of course, if you are in the gaming space, you know things happen this weekend. So we try to get to that as quickly as we can. Yeah, I don't think I have much after that. Yeah, nothing really happened for me this weekend. Just kind of chilled at home and just vibed. This is nice. Let's see here. Let's get into it. Had some booping and beeping going on in the background. Starting off first, hey, if you are interested in new Mac products, but you do not want to contribute to the environmental disasters that are going on all over the world due to rampant consumerism, capitalism, imperialism, colonialism, all the isms that are bad isms. Apple is selling refurbished M3 MacBook Air models. These are the more recent. These are the MacBook Airs, I believe, that were announced at the night before Halloween. So get the latest MacBook Airs right now, starting at $929 for the 13-inch model, which is down from $1,100 or $1,099, and the 15-inch MacBook Airs that are starting at $1,099, down from $1,299. Again, these are the latest MacBook Airs that were announced back in October. They are now available as refurbished, which means that people bought them, returned them. So again, if you're looking for something secondhand, you don't necessarily trust eBay or other places where you would go get secondhand electronics. Apple is now selling you refurbished their refurbished electronics for a good discount. For an Apple's good discount. So if that's something you were waiting on, they are now available. Not really. Seems like there is no idea when the MacBook Pros are going to be available. But yeah, if you were just jonesing on getting a new MacBook, or to upgrade a MacBook, you're in need of an upgraded device. Seems like Apple has you covered at $929, starting for the 13-inch MacBook Air. In more electronics news, Samsung electronics workers are striking for the first, or have struck for the first time ever. What's going on, Verge? How you doing? How you living? How are you feeling? Samsung electronics workers went on strike on Friday for the very first time in the company's history. The move comes at a time when the Korean corporation faces increased competition from other chip makers, particularly as demand for AI chips grow. The National Samsung Electronics Union, the largest of the company's several unions, called for the one-day strike at Samsung's Seoul office building as negotiations over pay bonuses and time off hit a standstill. Excuse me. The New York Times, not to be confused with the New York War Crimes, reports that the majority of striking workers come from Samsung's chip division. Samsung Electronics is technically only a subsidiary comprising its consumer tech, appliances, and semiconductor divisions. Samsung itself is a conglomerate that controls real estate, retail, insurance, food production, hotels, and a whole lot more. So yeah, hot labor summer is going international, baby. There's no word. Companies all over the world are acting up. Oh yeah, most definitely. Again, I really do believe I've talked to several people. I talked to people Friday, or I talked to one guy Friday who does not believe it. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. Like, he's just like a sample size for me of people I talked to. Who does not believe that capitalism is over. Like, capitalism is how society is going to have to work, and we have to spread capitalism everywhere. Also known as American democracy or Western democracy. I, however, believe that we are really in the throes of late stage capitalism. Like, the system is not working. It is showing its cracks, and more people are becoming cognizant of that fact. Like, it also stands to reason to to put a caveat in the conversation I had with the gentleman. He was retired. He is not, while he is still participating in the system, he's not working within the system. He is a retired nurse, retired military personnel. He is so far out of this system that it's like, yeah, like I'm not going to convince him otherwise. But yeah, it's a thing of like, look, for all of us who are still in that system, it is still here. It is acting up, and people are looking for a way out. They don't know a way out because, again, if this is the only thing we knew and every other thing that we have tried has failed, and I'm putting that in quotations, they have failed. Nobody knows where else to look. But of course, those things have failed because capitalism was doing the thing. Also, people who were in charge of capitalism, really ran some bad propaganda, some pretty convincing propaganda campaigns. Not that they're good or bad, but they were very convincing. It convinced a lot of people that other systems will not work. Here's why. And we'll show you a whole bunch of countries where socialism is happening, and look at how terrible they are. Not, filling people in as to why those countries are terrible when they're running socialism or communism. But yeah, it's at a point where it's like people have bought into that propaganda, and it's hard to get them back out. It's like, we need another system, but what about socialism or just literally anything else? I don't know. They looked pretty bad when I last saw them. But why? Let's talk about why they look that bad. Not only are they retired, but they probably have good benefits, pension. Even if you don't think capitalism is dying, then you have to at least see that something is broken and needs to be fixed. If not, you're ignoring the problem of you benefit from the problems. Oh, and that's most definitely what that is. It's like, it is working for them. Hey, this system is working for me. I don't see that problem. Chips, but no dip. Yeah, it's never a big picture look. They pick out some minor flaw, but not at all the good socialism can have. Yeah, and that's the thing. They keep the capitalist ruling class. They keep all of us busy. They keep all of us just focusing on a small issue, and keep us busy focusing on that small issue, to where we do not have the time, the energy, the resources to, use like to look out instead of using the magnifying glass. Just look out, look at the whole big picture. It was like, it's something that I fell into, something that I know I can speak to personally, because as someone who does not have that 9 to 5 anymore, who is not constrained to it, not because I chose to, but because the capitalist system spit me the fuck out. I was like, okay, but why? Why is this? Why is it that someone like me, who is neurodivergent, who is very vocal about workers' rights, who, feels like, hey, as someone who is 35, 36 years old, I feel like looking at it pure meritocracy, looking at it as a pure meritocracy, which you shouldn't. You should, when in a capitalist system, you shouldn't, because it's not that. But in an ideal society, if it's a meritocracy, at 36 years old, all the work that I've done to get to where I am, I should be able to be paid this much, and nobody should be questioning that. Why is none of this working? And it's when I look out at the big pictures, oh, this is just terrible from an employee standpoint. And then you start pulling threads, you start looking bigger and bigger and bigger. So, oh wait, no, this whole shit was fucked to begin with. I knew it kind of was. I identified, and again, like, you can go through previous streams, you can go through previous podcasts that I've done where I said, like, I am socialist light, or socialism light, almost like diet socialism, where it's like, I don't like, look, I believe I was a reformist type person. Where it's like, we could put in reforms, we could work in capitalism, we can adopt more socialist reforms and kind of fix this system without having to fuck shit up. But yeah, as the picture kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and my unique problem was getting smaller and smaller, I noticed that more people were having the same issues or different issues, but they were connected. That I knew I already had more connections with lower class, poor, like, for lack of a better term, poor people than I did with anybody who's going to make any, huge amounts of money, like the millionaires and billionaires, the ruling class. Like, I knew I already had that connection. I felt like like just grounding that in reality. But then getting this bigger picture. So, oh wait, no, there are way more people. It's not just my family or these folks I'm seeing on the side of the road. Like, no, there are whole ass countries of people I identify with, even though they are nowhere near me. It's not just my neighbors here in America. Like, no, this is a world problem that America has created. They have to realize that America exported the fuck shit that's going on in America. But they've exported it first, and now it's being imported. Like, I was the last, or like, we're the last people to realize, oh shit, this is fucked. Everybody been knew that. When there's more empty houses and homeless people, then you could tell that an economy is not serving the people. Oh, most definitely. What's going on, Oz girl? How you doing? How you living? How you feeling? It's good to see you out of Discord. But yeah, so yeah, this is why, like, I am definitely celebrating Hot Labor Summer. I was so excited to see Chris Smalls, the president of the Amazon Union up in New York. I think it was Long Island, if I'm not mistaken. One of my heroes, one of my personal heroes. Like, he does he used Hot Labor Summer. He used the hashtag Hot Labor Summer, and I felt so seen and so touched by that. Like, I know I probably was not the first one to come up with it, but like last year I started using it very heavily. So it was good to see that he was using it as yeah, let's go Hot Labor Summer's take it off, baby. But yeah, it's good to see that Hot Labor Summer is taking off. It is now going international. Again, as I always say, I stand with the workers, stand with the unions, and I hope that these union members do get what they really, really deserve, what they should be getting, as opposed to what the ruling class is offering to them. And more electronics news, though. Popular Anker power bank and Soundcore speaker are recalled over a potential fire risk. Recalls have been issued for the 321 power bank, Soundcore A3102 speaker, excuse me, and the Anker Work A3302 speaker phone. Some Anker and Soundcore products are being recalled due to a manufacturing defect that could cause fires. Anker issued a recall for its 321 power bank, or the PowerCore 5K A1112 this week, saying the lithium-ion battery and the affected power banks can overheat, potentially causing melting of plastic components, smoke, and fire hazards. Its audio brand Soundcore issued a recall for its A3102 speaker in black as well. Of course, if you think you may own this, you can check by you own any of those products. You can check by looking at the serial numbers printed on the bottom of each device. There are links in the Engadget article if you would like to compare. Anker says the issue applies only to a small number of devices manufactured between March and April of 2023. Also affected is a workplace conferencing device, the Anker Work A3302 speakerphone, according to a press release. If you have one of these devices, the company advises you to immediately stop using it and dispose of it properly at a facility that takes lithium batteries. Hopefully there should be some compensation for that too, because I'd hate to spend money and then not be able to use my device. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so they'll send a new one. Yeah, so it says if your Soundcore A3102 speaker is identified as having one of the affected battery cells, we will send you a new one as a replacement. So cool. It seems like they are going to replace the devices. This one's for the Anker Soundcore. I'm gonna say, like, if they are going to send you a replacement of that speaker, that the battery will also be replaced as well, but I'm not seeing a... Okay, here we go. Here's the one for the power bank. We discovered that some of the lithium-ion batteries used in our A1112 Anker 321 power banks may pose a fire safety risk due to manufacturing defect. The lithium-ion battery in the defective power banks can overheat, potentially causing melting of plastic components, smoke, and fire hazards. Although only a small number of batteries may be affected by this issue, out of an abundance of caution, we are reaching out to all customers to begin a recall program. Okay, so this one does not say if they are giving you a replacement. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. For users verified to be part of the recall batch, we will send you an Anker 533 power bank, PowerCore. Oh, okay, so they're just sending you a different device altogether. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's a better battery than the one you lost. Oh, I like that. I'd just buy that. Look at that. There's a little screen on there. So yeah, shouts out to Anker. Like, not only are they doing the wait, what's going on here? What's that? Oh, is there is a live stream tomorrow, apparently. Yeah, good for them. Good for them sending better batteries than what they're selling. And what was it for? All right, so A3102. Okay, so they'll just send you a new A3102. Yeah, so they'll just send you the same speaker, I guess, with the fixed battery in it, but the Anker battery, they'll just send you a new one altogether, like just a brand new product, which is better than the one you lost. Shout out to Anker for that. I like that. I like that. Anker does make good products. Again, Anker, please sponsor us. Sponsor the channel. I'm just saying. In news regarding Windows and their recall feature, which again can make heads or tails of whether or not this is going to be on PCs, but according to certain people with more knowledge than me on how computers work, or at least the hardware in my computer works, I'm not too happy about it. This did make me feel a little bit better. Microsoft has kind of, I don't know, not necessarily reverse course, because the recall feature is coming out. However, it will be an opt-in feature when it launches, as everything anybody does should be. You should allow, if you are coming out with a new feature and it does not change the core feature or the core features of the thing you were using, any new feature should be opt-in. Apple, I'm looking at you today with iOS 18, with everything you got going on. Anything that you are about to put into iOS 18 should be opt-in. Do not turn it on by default. Please and thank you, management. No, we're not management here, but you know. Right, that's how it should have been from the start. Exactly. Like, I'll put it like this. I do not mind. I will say, like, I do not mind if when new features come out, it's available, it's whatever. I just gotta find it and play with it, right? Honestly, I feel like it would be nice if they did an opt-in and say, hey, here are the new features. This is where you can go to turn them on. That way, one, I know what new features are there. Two, I know where to find them and activate them when I want to use them. And then, like, you know, like, hopefully there'll be good documentation as to how to implement it. Somehow this PC here has not had Copilot installed. I really don't understand how it doesn't have it installed or at least enabled, but it doesn't. I'm not sure if it's because it's Pro. But yeah, I don't know. Like, both of the Windows 10 PCs downstairs, or at least one of them has Copilot. I don't remember if my wife's does. But with all the games Microsoft plays, I can imagine. And oops, we accidentally turned it on in the background. Totally accident mistake in the near future. Yeah, I can see that. Microsoft says it's making its new recall feature in Windows 11 that screenshots everything you do on your PC and opt-in feature and addressing various security concerns. The software giant first unveiled the recall feature as part of its upcoming Copilot Plus PCs last month, but since then, privacy advocates and security experts have been warning that recall could be a, quote, disaster for cybersecurity without changes. Microsoft had originally planned to turn recall on by default, but the company now says it will offer the ability to disable the controversial AI-powered feature during the setup process of new Copilot Plus PCs. If you don't proactively choose to turn it on, it will be off by default. Microsoft will also require Windows Hello to enable recall, so you'll either authenticate with your face, fingerprint, or using a PIN. In addition, proof of presence is also required to view your timeline and search in recall. This authentication will also apply to the data protection around the snapshots that recall creates. Quote, we are adding additional layers of data protection, including just-in-time decryption protected by Windows Hello Enhanced Security, sign-in security, so recall snapshots will only be decrypted and accessible when the user authenticates. In addition, we encrypted the search index database. Let's see, I forgot to close my quotes. Oops. Wait, did you? No, you close the quote. My main problem is that the OS is being built around these AI features. At some point, it will be a requirement and not an option. I will at least say that this has stayed my increasing need to switch to Linux full time. I was playing around with Nuburu or whatever the fuck it's called this weekend, and it looks like it works. I don't know though, because the OS is not loading in what is it? VMware work. I think it's VMware Workstation. I think that's what I'm using now. Yeah, Workstation Pro. Maybe it'll work in VirtualBox. I don't know. So I'm gonna open up this player and see what happens. Oh, VMware Player? Wait, this is just VirtualBox? Almost. Maybe. Like, I swear VirtualBox looked like this before. Man, I have so many ways to virtualize operating systems on this computer. It makes no sense. Also, is Windows Sandbox still a thing? That's what I really need, is Windows Sandbox. Okay, so it still is a thing. Yeah, I'm going to save this. I'm going to move this onto its own little window, and then yeah, I'll come back to that, because I really do want Windows Sandbox for when I'm trying to test links and things and need an operating system to do that. I did, but after typing that on mobile, it was being sent no matter what. So yeah. So there are some changes that are happening to the recall feature. It is good to see. It will keep me on Windows just a little bit longer. But I'm still not sure how long. Like I'm starting to get to a point where it's like, yeah, like going back to Linux full time might be the thing, but I do not, I still am iffy, because there's still, like, it's just for me workflow type things. Or again, maybe I just only do content creation work on here like I am currently doing. I barely do anything else on here. I do everything else on a Mac. Who knows? And I know somebody else was in there wondering if Apple was going to make a recall feature that works similar to Microsoft's and put it in the new Mac OS. Look, I'm just good with, was it Time Machine? Because this is what this looks like. This just looks like Time Machine, but for the OS. Just keep me at Time Machine. I don't need you to track back everything I've done in an OS. Please and thank you. In more security news, Frontier hackers threaten to release private data for at least 750,000 customers. The telecommunications company has notified impacted customers after a ransomware group breached its systems in April. Oh, a Wayback Machine. Ooh. See, that sounds cool, but that is what recall is. And it's like, that's what I don't want on a computer, but man, a Wayback Machine. Now that you call it a Wayback Machine, it's like, oh, that does sound cool. But only because the Wayback Machine, for what it is currently used for, is cool. It is cool. Oh, and I also want to thank Ion's Girl for following. Appreciate it. Thank you. Frontier Communications has revealed that information for over 750,000 customers, including full names and social security numbers, was exposed in a data breach following a cyber attack on April 14th. Hackers claim to have even more and will release it unless Frontier pays a ransom. Let's see here. April 14th. It is now June 10th. 2 months. That's less than 90 days. Just not bad. Well, no, the breach is still very bad. But hey, they at least notify somebody in less than 90 days. It's very rare do you see a company kind of get ahead of that or as quickly as they did. And it's sad that 60 days is pretty quick. Yeah, seeing screenshots of the internet from 10 years ago. Yeah, that's great. Wayback Machine is awesome. I don't know if I want that on my PC. The attack enabled hackers to access 751,895 customers' personal data on Frontier systems, according to a sample of the notice Frontier submitted to the Office of the Maine Attorney General. Frontier has notified impacted customers and provided them with 1 year of free credit monitoring and identity theft services, but it says it does not believe customer financial information was exposed in the breach. My social security, okay, one, not a Frontier customer, so this is not me speaking as a Frontier customer. This is me speaking as if I was. My social security number is a part of the leak. I can give two shits that my financial data was exposed. My social security number is exposed. A lot worse things can happen for me at this point. Like, what the fuck? Like, they could just make more financial problems for me than the current ones, given my current cards, because, like, shit, I ain't got shit. But you can fuck up my credit. Also, like, it's weird that companies would probably like a year of credit monitoring services. How about like indefinitely? They have my name and social security number. Like they see this. Okay, we'll wait a year. Don't do anything with the data. And then after a year, oh, we're going to ham on it. Like, what the fuck? I mean, granted, there are companies now, like depending on who you bank with or who you work with, I think like NerdWallet has some monitoring, credit monitoring stuff. Capital One, which, you know, my Capital One card is way maxed out. Like over 100% maxed out. Thank you, interest rates. But I still get like credit monitoring stuff through them and whatnot. ATT had two breaches that had exposed for data on the dark web, and they gave us a year of data monitoring. We used them only for fiber internet. Same here, Chip. Same here. Granted, when the data was leaked, I had since switched over to Google, but I was included in that leak. The ATT was real bad, and they initially, we covered that here. They were like, nah, that wasn't us. Somebody came and said, did you know? Fuck, okay. You got us, but still, I think it was a third party. Just people, just own up to your shit. Companies own up to your shit. It'll just be better for everybody in the long run. Here it is. We had to wait 2 weeks on top of the months. We were already exposed. Just own up. Let's just keep it moving. Like, I am a person who will, like, as much as cybersecurity, like as much as a lot of companies need and probably like they need better cybersecurity experts working for them, I still get that, you know, hey, people get hit. The most secure machine is the one that's turned off, right? That's the one that's it's not powered on, unplugged, everything, right? So I get that if a computer is on, it is susceptible to being hacked. I have no issues with that. If you get hacked, I have no issue with it. It's unfortunate and we will deal with it. But please be fucking honest with me when it happens. Well, let's not try to hide it. Oh no, we didn't do anything wrong. Like, be honest with me. Be honest with me. You can lie to everybody else, but be honest with me. Just say that you were hacked, like unauthorized access happened. I don't care who is at fault. Just tell me that it happened. Let's work on that part. We can place blame on whoever later, but your customers have been hacked. Their data is out there. Let's handle that problem. The fact that a company cannot walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, you can't investigate the hack, but also tell people at the same time, hey, we've been hacked, is baffling to me. And who hired that third part and gave them access to that data? As long as these companies don't face serious consequences for data breaches, they will not improve. No, they won't. They won't. Bleeping Computer reports that the Ransom Hub extortion group claimed responsibility for the attack on June 4th and is threatening to leak the 5 gigabytes of customer data it allegedly stole unless Frontier responds to their demands by June 14th. The group claims the stolen data set contains information belonging to 2 million Frontier customers, including their full name, physical address, date of birth, social security number, email address, credit score, and phone number. Man, that's a lot of data that you could use to really fuck somebody's life up. But no financial data was accessed. Yeah, I could care less about the credit card number. I could get a new credit card number. I can't get a new I don't know if you can get another social security number. But if you can't, I am pretty sure that shit is a fucking hard process to go through. As long as the shareholder need to get paid, yeah. It's fucking stupid. Just be honest. Like, I mean, this one's more technical, so hey, I'm just gonna mention for all those people who are web developers out there, if you didn't catch this before the weekend, your week is probably your week might be bad if you're a PHP developer on Windows. Nasty bug with very simple exploit hits PHP just in time for the weekend. With proof of code available and active internet scans, speed is of the essence. A critical vulnerability in the PHP programming language can be PHP is a scripting language, not a programming language, by the way, but can be trivially exploited to execute malicious code on Windows devices. Security researchers warn as they urge those affected to take action before the weekend starts. Within 24 hours of the vulnerability and accompanying patch being published, researchers from the nonprofit security organization Shadow Server reported internet scans designed to identify servers that are susceptible to attacks. That combined with 1, the ease of exploitation, 2, the availability of proof of concept attack code, and 3, the severity of remote executing code on vulnerable machines, and 4, the widely used XAMPP platform being vulnerable by default has prompted security practitioners to urge admins to check to see if their PHP servers are affected before starting the weekend. Oh, so there is it. So where's the scan? Where's the scan? Also, is this PHP, like a PHP server on Windows, or is this a just PHP and if a Windows machine hits it? I say, am I vulnerable? For the usual case of combination like Apache HTTP server and PHP server, administrators can use the 2 methods listed in the article to determine whether their servers are vulnerable or not. It's notable to address that scenario 2 is also the default configuration for XAMPP or for XAMPP for Windows. So all versions of XAMPP installations on Windows are vulnerable by default. Okay, so it's PHP server on Windows. Okay, so all my web servers are running Linux, so I don't have to worry about this. However, if you are running PHP on Windows, maybe update your PHP package, your PHP packages. But yeah, Windows server admins, have fun. All right, and as we are moving into gaming stuff here, this is still part of tech, but you know, it just bleeds over because there's another Nvidia thing that's happening in gaming that I wanted to highlight. There are some security issues with GPU drivers for June 2024. Today, Nvidia put out a new security bulletin and highlight multiple security issues identified in their proprietary graphics driver for Linux and Windows. All driver versions below 555.52.04, 550.90.07, 535.183.01, and 470.256.02 are affected. So depending on the driver series you go for, make sure you're on at least one of those or above. So let's see, Nvidia GPU driver for Windows and Linux contains a vulnerability where a user can cause an out-of-bounds write. A successful exploit of this vulnerability might lead to a code execution, denial of service, escalation of privileges, information disclosure, or data tampering. NVIDIA GPU contains a vulnerability where a user can cause an untrusted pointer dereference by executing a driver API. A successful exploit of this vulnerability might lead to a denial of service, information disclosure, and data tampering. GPU software for Linux contains a vulnerability where it can expose sensitive information to an actor that is not explicitly authorized to have access to that information. A successful exploit of this vulnerability might lead to information disclosure. NVIDIA GPU driver for Windows and Linux contains a vulnerability where an improper check or improper handling of exception conditions might lead to denial of service. So hey, make sure your GPUs are updated because they are out here exploiting them. Possibly, I don't know if these are actively being exploited. It doesn't say that they are, but I'm just saying update your shit. Also, if you're on an Nvidia driver 550 on a laptop, you might be experiencing some of these issues on Linux. Never would have happened if they used Rust. Stop it. If you're a laptop user, you may want to avoid driver version 550 because there is a mega thread on the Nvidia forum where users are reporting that this version is making their distributions randomly crash. I think this is who wrote this? In Wilder. This is the first time I've seen somebody other than Liam write for GamingOnLinux. So from In Wilder here, photos from my personal laptop last night after doing some reboots just for fun and testing Arch Linux 6.9.1-N plus Nvidia DKMS 550. Yeah, it looks like he's getting some kernel panics here. That's unfortunate. It does not follow a pattern. Sometimes the laptop boots, sometimes it crashes. I would say that in 40% of the times that I've tried to boot it, it crashed during this week. Available options to mitigate the situation are revert back to version 545 or 535 with DKMS. Use beta version 555. It looks like it is stable enough for this from the standpoint of this bug. Use the following workaround involving disabling UDEV triggers and setting some kernel command line related to GSP hardware. Wow. Okay. Y'all are here trying to cause some trouble. Okay. I see what this is. Moving out of Nvidia hardware news, LA Billboard shouts out gone but not forgotten game studios ahead of major showcase. Of course, it is Summer Games Fest this week. Everything kicked off on Friday. So this tweet, oh shit, did I just allow it for good on this site? Damn it. Can I go back to blocking it? How do I reset it for this site? Was it or is it another? No, it was Privacy Badger that does it. What if I refresh it? Does it No, it's gone. Twitter is being loaded. I would like to figure out how to reblock it, but I don't know how. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so there is this is from Steven Totillo. We love you, we miss you, we hate money. An electronic billboard from New Blood Interactive in downtown LA mourns the closure of Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, Roll 7, Sony's London studio, Volition, and more. Gone but not forgotten. Oh, and it's gone. But yeah, why is this not a 1-to-1 scroll? Why I shouldn't have. What is this? Oh, come on. There we go. Replay. Whoa. So yeah, Arcane Austin, Roll 7, Tango Gameworks, Volition. Jeez, it's 1993. They were 30 years old. Like these are a lot of old studios here. Like Volition being 30. London studio, what, 22. Tango Gameworks at 14. Roll 7 was at 16. Arcane Austin at 18. What the fuck, bro? Plus everyone laid off downsells and quote made redundant. That's some biting ass fucking commentary, because that's all they were fucking, all these CEOs, all these leaders were saying, all these managers were saying was like, look, we're just cutting redundant roles. Your role is redundant. You're gone. So this is from New Blood. Is there context for New Blood? Created by publisher New Blood Interactive in the wake of brutal industry layoffs and studio closures. And New Blood is, I think I've heard of them recently. Makers of Dusk, Ultra Kill, Amid Evil, Fallen Aces. Really wouldn't release these studios instead of shuttering. Really would release these studios instead of shuttering them, let them keep their IP and go back to being independent. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, why is it that these studios couldn't be released? You know what? Hey, we can't keep you on. We can't keep you on. Just be released. But actually, well, I think I know why. Because of the fact that those studios weren't able to afford to release themselves. Like Toys for Bob. Damn, somebody else did it recently. I feel like this is more consolidation of the industry. Don't type in wall, folks. But yeah, Chip is right. Like, it's more consolidation than anything else. Cause like, yeah, we want to keep the IP, but we want to get rid of the fucking studio. But yeah, like, it's not like they were Toys for Bob, and I'm pretty sure like it killed Toys for Bob to be able to do that. Oh, actually own one of the New Blood games. Super Galaxy Squadron EX Turbo. But yeah, good on New Blood. Hopefully, you know, this will age like wine and not find milk. But you know, we are here. We're here today. We're where everybody is tuned into status, and I'm playing game. And this is where I thought the most time would take. So let's get into it. It's time to talk about the games that were announced at Summer Game Fest. Now I've included like the two big ones. Of course, there were other things like Wholesome Direct. I'm pretty sure we'll get Kev talk about that on Thursday. He wrote an article about, I think he wrote an article about it. I know I saw the one for Summer Game Fest. He did write an article about Wholesome Direct, and there's also a video. There's a video of him reacting to the Wholesome Direct with his thumbs up. He is very happy. He is very happy about his coverage of the Wholesome React and the Wholesome Direct and his full reaction to it. You should definitely go check it out. As a matter of fact, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll put it in the chat here. You should go check it out, but after the stream, go do that. But yes, everything announced during Summer Game Fest, and he also covered this too, but I'm going to cover it here. Lego Horizons Adventures was announced. Will arrive on PC, PlayStation, and even the Nintendo Switch during holiday 2024. That's right. Nintendo Switch gamers can play a Horizon game. Wonder how that's going to go. No More Room in Hell 2. I didn't know there wasn't room in hell initially. But did they expand it and then fill that up with more people to where there's even more not enough room? That is going to be out in early access this Halloween. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. That's right. You can't get enough of the Pottermore series. You can now play Quidditch. Have fun with that. That'll be available on September 3rd, 2024 on the PC, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Series X and S. Cuff Bust! Will be released on PC in 2025. The co-op game will challenge you to escape a prison in the form of a cute bear thing. Star Wars Outlaws, we'll probably get some more information about that today at Ubisoft's Forward event. Of course, I will be out of the office, the studio, the house even when that goes live. So expect reactions to that tomorrow, along with WWDC. Daigen, I am going to be watching that. Shut up. I don't need both you and Kevin coming after me because I still like some Ubisoft games. Also, Saber Interactive was another. That's right. It was Saber. It was Saber Interactive. I knew we covered it. I just didn't want to go digging for it. But yes, it was Saber Interactive who also bought their freedom from the Embracer Group of all people. I still play Watch Dogs 2. I still want to play Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 is still my favorite game of all time. See, Star Wars Outlaws will be available August 30th, 2024 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. And again, be covering more from Ubisoft tomorrow. Oops, I done messed up my hair. Jeez, how do people deal with hair and streaming? Like, they already got your money for those games. Play away. But it's the new money. It's the new money. It's the X Defiant, which actually takes no money, but still X Defiant. It's Star Wars Outlaws. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But see, I like overhead because like without my headphones, the hair would be all over my face, and I do use it kind of like it's a hairband. And I kind of forget that I have hair sometimes up there. Neva from Nomada Studio, the creator of Gris. In this beautiful looking game, you play as a woman who bonds with a wolf cub and goes on a journey across the magical world. Neva will be released on PC, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Series X and S later this year. You just need a headband or bandana or do-rag. I have things I can use to twist my hair, but normally if I'm not going anywhere, I don't pull my hair back. I should do that more often, but it's just wake up and just go. Civilization 7 was actually leaked before SGF, but the official trailer was shown off during the event. Full reveal of the game will arrive later this summer. Civ 7 will be released on PC and consoles in 2025. Black Myth Wukong. See, this game has been talked about for quite a bit. I think it's what's a Souls-like or Soulsborne game. This will be released on April 20th, 2024 on PC and PlayStation 5. Then will be released on Xbox Series X and S at a later date. Oddly, for quality standard reasons. That's interesting. Wonder what that's about. Asgard's Wrath VR or Asgard's Wrath 2 VR is out now. Only Human from Star Studios. Shooter looks like it's going to be a mixture of science fiction and fantasy. Will be arriving on July 9th, 2024 on PC. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 will be released on September 9th, 2024 on PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. Yeah, rumor has it that it was finished in 2022, 2023, but they couldn't find a good publishing deal in the West. That makes sense. Metaphor Refantasio from the creators of Persona 3, 4, and 5 will be released on October 11, 2024 on the PC, PlayStation 4, PS5, Xbox Series X, and S. Batman Arkham Shadow. I really thought this was a PC game. Did not know it was VR. Developed by Camouflage Studios behind Iron Man VR and Republic VR. An Oculus Studio in partnership with Warner Brothers and DC promises to bring a new story for the Batman Arkham world. Apparently there's Rat King. No date on when this will be available. Of course, DLC for Street Fighter 6. And Bison, Terry, Elena, and Mai are joining the roster. 2 Street Fighter, 2 Fatal Furies, if I'm not mistaken. Tears of Metal, or maybe Tears of Metal, I don't know. Tears of Metal is set in Scotland. It sounds like it has dragons. Co-op, and will be released on PC at a later date. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I guess just like insert Dragon Ball fighting game here. This will be released on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Delta Force Hawk Ops. The trailer includes footage of Delta Force Black Hawk Down, which is inspired by the Ridley Scott film of the same name. Global alpha test will be in July 2024 and will be playable on PC, even though it looks like it's coming to the PS5, or it says PS5, PS4 games. So it's coming to PlayStation at least 5. Let's see. I like the Budokai fighting games rather than DBFZ, 2D Tag Fighter. DBZ are the Madden of fighting games. Yeah, I can see that. Same game, slightly tweaked roster. I can see that. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves be released in 2025 on PC, PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Boy, I tell you, some of these Japanese developers are still hitting up that PS4, but Xbox One, donezo. It's donezo. Battle Crush will be going into early access on July 27, 2024 on the Nintendo Switch. Mecha Break, which also was an Xbox showcase. yesterday. It looks like, what was it? Armored Core, but with Gundams. Like they were all Wing Zero Gundams. They were all jets, and then they became mechs, and it was dope. And I kind of want to play it. Closed beta for this game will be on August 24th or August 2024 on PC. Blumhouse Games is bringing out all the horror games that you could ever want to play. Like Crystal Theater of Idols, Grave Seasons, Sleep Awake, Fear the Spotlight, The Simulation, and Project C from Brandon Cronenberg and Sam Barlow. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Revenge. No release date yet, but it will be at least coming to the PC. Dear and Boy. Let's see, it's coming from Lifeline Game Studio, and we'll see the deer grow as you play. And then somebody's going to shoot the deer, like in Bambi, and then we're just all going to be sad. To be fair, Mecha Break Mechs to Jets was a Macross thing first, so it's not just Gundam. Oh, okay, I've never seen Macross, but thank you. I did not know that. Maybe I should watch Macross. Should I watch Macross? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is coming out to play as Henry of Skalitz, who longs to avenge the murder of his parents, but finds himself caught in a dangerous venture when the diplomatic mission he's escorting goes awry. Will be arriving later this year on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Slitterhead from Boca Game Studio and Geiichiro Toyama. I cannot pronounce. I am so sorry. Robotech was way better than Macross. Wow. All right. So I have started a flame war by accident. My bad. Creator of Silent Hill and Forbidden Siren. Slitterhead is a new horror game focused around parasites. Yeah, fuck that. Like horror, one thing, parasites, nah, keep that shit. But for whoever wants to play it, November 8th, 2024, you can play it on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series X and S. Killer Bean! You'll be playing as a bean who used to be an assassin who worked for the Shadow Agency. Killer Bean is a third-person roguelite shooter and will be arriving in early access this summer 2024. Cairn. Let's see here. Latest title from the Game Bakers. Cairn is a survival climber which aims to recreate how dangerous mountain climbing can be while also exploring how somebody might undertake such a journey, inspired by the family history of one of its developers. I think I saw like a little bit of video of it where they were talking like it uses math-based movement. And it kind of got me interested. Like, what do you mean by math? Wanderstop, latest game from David Redden, the creator of the Stanley Parable and Beginner's Guide. Wanderstop is focused around running a tea shop and sitting on a bench. Oh, and the PTSD from the looks of it, which really makes me mistrust the whole tea shop setting. Wouldn't expect anything else from the creator of the Stanley Parable. Wanderstop will be arriving on PC and PlayStation 5 later on in 2024. Unknown 9 Awakening. Now, is this a sequel or is just like a game about the Unknown 9? We'll be able to find out in autumn 2024 on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One. Wow, a game actually coming out on the Xbox One, the Series X, S, and PC. Looks like we got remakes from Monster Hunter Stories and Stories 2. Those games will be releasing on June 14th, 2024, Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 4. That is in 4 days. So Friday, get your hands on some remakes. Inatria, The Last Song. This will be released on September 19th on PC, PlayStation 5. But if you can't wait, a demo is available now. You know what? I can't wait. Let's go. I'm gonna go. Let's go check this out. Let's see what it is here. I'm gonna go over to Steam. I'm gonna bring up Natria. What is this? Souls-like set in a beautiful sunlit world inspired by Italian folklore where the brightest sun casts the darkest shadow. Where unique role-altering masks face formidable foes and alter reality with the power of Ardor to unravel the secrets of Inatria. Sure. Let's do this. Don't mind that. Y'all didn't see my storage. So a Souls-like that plays similar to Mega Man? The First Descendant. Now I've played this. I am looking forward to this. The First Descendant, third-person shooter coming from Nexon. Sci-fi story. You'll become one of the descendants. Boy, who wrote this? Fighters tasked with preserving humanity. The game will offer both solo and 4-player co-op if that takes your fancy. Boy, these Brits. The game will be arriving on July 2nd, 2024 on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. And no, I don't know if you find out if you are the first descendant. If you find the first descendant, I'm not sure who the first descendant is, but I can tell you that I do have a preview video up on MajorLinux.com and over on YouTube. Innersloth, the creator of Among Us, took the stage to introduce its new game fund, Outer Sloth. The idea is to support other indie game developers and give them the support Innersloth wanted when it was working on Among Us. Coming from the studios that are already working with them is Mars First Logistics, Battlesuit Aces, Mossfield Archives, One Button Bosses, Rogue Eclipse, and Project Dosa. Also, there is an Among Us animated series that is coming soon. Hooray! Inatria: The Last Song demo is available to play. Sonic and Shadow Generations is coming out on October 25th, 2024 on PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Series X and S. Dude! This is getting a getting a new video game. This is open world survival MMO set on Arrakis where the Shai Hulud is king. I have no idea what any of that means. I have not seen any of the Dune movies. Any of them. I have not read any of the Dune books. It will release on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Battle Aces from Uncapped Games with an animated trailer followed with a look at the gameplay. Battle Aces will be an RTS game designed to be played by anyone, whether you're new to the genre or a pro. The developer has aimed to streamline the typical RTS gameplay by reducing the amount of clicks you have to perform. I think I've heard of this one. There'll be a closed beta in the near future. A new trailer for The Final Season 3, which will be available on June 13th, so Thursday. Alan Wake 2's Night Springs DLC. Named after the television show that Alan used to write for, the Night Springs DLC will contain 3 episodes as you follow 3 familiar characters exploring what-if scenarios, very in keeping with the Twilight Zone inspiration. It all has super jazzy theme tunes. If I'm not mistaken, I saw Jesse from Control and a screenshot for this. Does exploring a world of sand and brown not fascinate you? It's a literal sandbox world. Also about drugs and royal drama. I do like literal things, and I do like drugs. The royal drama I can do without, but drugs, you had me at drugs. The Night Springs DLC looks interesting. The Night Springs looks interesting. Alan Wake just looks interesting. Like I saw a screenshot that had Jesse from Control in it. I want to watch the trailer to see if they're using like a live act, like the like photorealistic, like if they found, well, I think there is like a photorealistic Jesse that exists, right? There has to be, because I believe there was a live action actress that played Jesse in Control. So is it that Jesse, or is it the Jesse from Control that is more video gamey? Because man, you look at fucking Saga and Alan Wake, or just like Sam Lake is, oh yeah, that's fucking Sam Lake just standing in front of you. What the fuck? New World Aeternum. Big upcoming update to the magical open world RPG from Amazon Games. You'll now be able to play this game in full single player mode or co-op when it arrives on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC on October 25th, 2024. Honkai Star Rail is getting some new updates that are arriving on Wednesday, June 19th. Dark and Darker is back. In this first-person adventure, you'll find yourself exploring caves and dungeons or anywhere dark, really. These places are, of course, far from safe, being full of foes, both magical and not. Dark and Darker is available for free on PC right now. You were right. It's Beth Wilder playing both characters, and the game models modeled after her. Okay. So yeah, I would like to see, like, is this like a hyper realistic Jesse? Like there's like this fucking hyper realistic fucking Alan Wake. Capcom's Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess got a release date on will be released on July 19, 2024 on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Man, a whole bunch of games did get fucking announced at SGF. This is actually going to take the most of the time. I was kind of right here. Hyperlight Breaker did not get a date, but it got a window. It will be released later this summer on PC. Party Animals is getting an update. Or maybe not an update. It just seems like, hey, remember, Party Animals exists as a game, I guess. It is out on PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Skate is coming out, and it will be arriving on consoles on August 2024. I imagine on PC too. I have some information that would suggest that this game is coming out on PC too. Or maybe the PC version is delayed for reasons. Power World, first major update entitled Sakurajima. It's introducing a host of new pals in a Japan-inspired island. New buildings, new level cap, new subspecies dedicated Xbox servers, a new raid, an oil rig stronghold, arena, new faction, and boss. And the update will be available on June 27th, 2024. Valorant is coming to consoles on June 14th, 2024. Maybe I'll play it on console and see what the big fuss is about Valorant, because I still refuse to install their weird anti-cheat software on my PC that's going to take control of my console. Unless somebody can provide me reassurances that I don't have to worry about it. It's just something that when I saw that for Valorant specifically, I was like, also it's Riot, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. In a game that mainly Kevin will love, Monster Hunter Wilds had a showing. It will be released in 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Phantom Blade Zero. Let's see, it's upcoming action RPG focused around Chinese martial arts. I did see the trailer for this one. It did look really good. Let's see here. They're having a world touring demo. So check the end of the trailer to see if it's coming to a location near you.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess.
Now, during last year's
Like it looked interesting. Okay, then no, it is not coming anywhere near me because it's in Los Angeles and it's going to China and then it's going to Germany and then it's going to Japan. It is. I have not configured my browser to come through the stream because I wasn't anticipating playing much audio coming out of it. That's why I have not been playing any of these trailers because I knew it was going to come out of speakers. And that's Summer Games Fest. A lot of shit they announced. I don't know what I'm really excited for. I might try Dark and Darker. I'm gonna put that on my list. Oh, finally you fixed my birthday there. It is an early access game that is available. I am trying to see. I guess because it's early access, it will not tell me if it is Steam Deck compatible. You know what? I'm actually looking at this and yeah, I don't know. I'll pass on it. I don't want to play the game. Xbox Game Showcase 2024. Now, wait, hold on. I forgot. I got distracted by Dark and Darker. Yeah, let's see. Going through here, I do not know if there are any games on this list that I want to play other than The First Descendant. Cairn, maybe. But then I also have Jusant to play. Yeah, not much. Or Star Wars Outlaw. You don't want to play that GTA Bean game? Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Killer Bean. A whole bean. Really? Son of a bitch. Bro, really? Okay, so I was going to point out the movement of this bean. It seems like they kind of came out with this Omni movement before Call of Duty did. A full move. Diogen, I'm gonna need, look, you know where you can contact me now. We have established an external way of communication outside of Twitch. You know where you can send me links now. I'm gonna need the link to that movie. Yeah. I'm gonna need a link to that. Fuck. Damn, I'm kind of on board with this bean joint now. I am really on board with the bean game, Killer Bean. Damn it. How? Just what's going on, DD? Now we're moving over to Xbox Game Showcase, where there were more games I actually was excited about. I mean, it also might be because of the fact that most of them said play day one on Game Pass, and it's like, Cool. That's all I need to do. Keep the subscription up and I got a game. Oh, so let's go. Let's see what we got here. This seems like it is in opposite order. Maybe if I start from the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna start at the bottom and go up. Right? Did you get? Yes, I did. Oh, I can't wait to show you, Daijin. Look at it. Everything has been checked. Also, I found a new. I was about to type this in Discord. I realized I don't think you're in there, so I'll tell you here. I did find on device PC AI that is better than what Nvidia does. But it uses Llama it uses Llama, but I can get other, I guess like GPTs or whatever, or I forget what the fuck the models are called or whatnot. But it's olama.ai, and it's like a simple fucking install. Works on Windows, Mac, or there's like a Windows beta, but they've got GAs for Linux and Mac. My MacBook Pro with like the 16 gigs of memory, it didn't struggle. Like Clean My Mac said, hey, you ran out of RAM and swap space, but it was like, just find it from somewhere else, clean it up, and then it worked just fine. Like the Llama GPT or whatever the fuck it's called, like actually gave me a fucking interview when I told them Major Linux was not a Linux distribution, but a person, and then told it was me. And then it began asking me questions about me, Major Linux. And it really felt like a dope ass interview that I would like to post somewhere. I do need to sit down and maybe write, like, cause I would like to get back to writing a bit instead of like writing regurgitated articles, maybe writing about specific things. I would like to write an article about it. I need to play around with it some more, see what it does on my Mac Studio. And cause it's, I learned of it through a video from Network Chuck. And along with that video, he showed like you can get like a web interface to go with it. That way you don't have to type in the command prompt. You can actually use like a website for it. You can make it forward facing, and that's what I want to do. He was using a Docker container that did all the configuration and stuff. So I want to put it on my lab server. Like I want to put I want to put the AI stuff and that UI on my lab server where my Docker instance is. So it give it all of the Ryzen 3000 CPU. There's an GTX 1050 that's sitting in there. I think Anker upgraded her GPU, but I think she gave my 1080 to somebody else, which again, kudos to her for paying it forward. But yeah, I have like a 1050 in that machine as well. I think I moved it from the home server to the lab server, to where it's like it at least have some GPU, but I imagine like it'll still be fine running on it. But like I ran it on here on this PC, and it like on WSL it detected my RTX 3080 Ti, and used that to do a lot of the processing. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with it some more, see what it looks like putting it on a server, and whether or not I may need to sit there and upgrade the GPU a bit. At least some of the lower end RTX cards may be a little bit cheaper. To whereas like I don't have to sit there and spend a whole bunch of money, even though Network Chuck put in 2 4090s in his PC to do it. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. You should do that as an article install, and then one about your experience with it. Yeah, I think I'll do that. But yeah, all right, cool. So moving over to Xbox Showcase and the Call of Duty Direct. Starting from the bottom, going to the top. Of course, they did a gameplay reveal trailer, gameplay reveal for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I know it's such a taboo thing to talk about playing Call of Duty, but I did like the Black Ops series. I know I dropped off on it because, again, having to pay for Call of Duty is kind of a thing that I don't know. But again, this is it is confirmed. Like, I think we confirmed it last week, or it was confirmed last week, that this is the first Call of Duty that will be a part of Game Pass, even though I am wondering if, they might put some back catalog on there. But yeah, because this will be on Game Pass day one, I am here for it. It is talking about subject matter that I am deeply interested in a time period that I am deeply interested in. I would like to play the Cold War, the Black Ops Cold War. But yeah, like, this is like early 90s fall of the Soviet Union type shit. So I'm like super into that time period, that part of history. Because again, spies and shit. Thank you, James Bond. And given what I'm learning, I would like to see where this story goes based on what I know about like just American and Western propaganda. And is Call of Duty going to just like beat the drum of American exceptionalism at the same time saying, oh no, the CIA is, something's happening in the CIA and we got to fight the people we used to work with. And it's like, but is the CIA going to come out on top, or is it like this still like this whole, yeah, like CIA is a shadowy organization. You may trust them, you may not. Who knows? But yeah, it looked really good. I was definitely kind of excited. I'm excited for it. And again, I'm paying an Xbox subscription. This game will just happen to be there, and I will happen to download it and play it. Thought I recognized somebody in that picture, but I didn't. Let's see. Doom: The Dark Ages was announced coming in 2025. Of course, launching on Game Pass PC and PS5, and got some information about that coming up. That's right. Doom guy is going back in time and fighting demons and dragons. It looked almost as if Doom guy, went to Skyrim. He is now the Dragonborn. Oh, I would even say the Demonborn. The Slayerborn. State of Decay 3 made its debut for the first time in 4 years. Still looks more like State of Decay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It still looks like State of Decay. Starfield Shattered Space. This is an expansion for Starfield, which made me remember, oh right, that those changes I made to my PC. I should check and see if Starfield plays any better on my PC. Spoiler alert, it does. So I am excited about this Shattered Space DLC that I get to play at 60 FPS on my Steam Deck, because I play most of it on 30 on my Steam Deck, where I was remoting from my Xbox. I would say so, Merge. You should do that. Yeah. No release date was revealed, but it's coming out in 2024. Fallout 76 is bringing Skyline Valley, where Vault 63 is. Also, you can play as a ghoul next year, if that tickles your fancy. Great. Now those Europeans, those Euro gamers, are rubbing off on me. Ugh. World of Warcraft: The War Within will be launching on August 26th for those who are going into a new, who are still playing World of Warcraft. Age of Mythologies Retold which I guess is the definitive edition of the classic RTS, will be releasing on PC and Xbox on September 4th. Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. Boy, that trailer, like, it said like, hey, you know, maybe sing your children out the room. I was like, okay, I mean, sure, like, what was it going to be? But man, it went into the body horror really bad. It was like, okay, I see what you did there. While still running is what I got. Yeah, that's really what I got. Like, the only things that Blizzard touched on were Diablo and WoW. Wait, notice that Diablo 4 didn't have a Game Pass badge? Probably because I don't think the expansion. Are the expansions yeah, that's what I thought. Like, yeah, like the main game is available on Game Pass. Yeah, they typically don't drop expansions for Game Pass games, but they will offer to you at a discount. That sounds terrible. Why? Like, I say this, it's like, hey, good news. It's not. Just, I could see it if it was a third-party game in Game Pass, but this is a first-party game. You should just give me the expansion. Also, is Shattered Space coming to Game Pass? Yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see it. Perfect Dark showed up for the first time in years, showing actual gameplay from the game, and you know, hey, this updated look of Joanna Dark. The new Perfect Dark is a reboot of the original game being developed by the Initiative and Crystal Dynamics. In the gameplay trailer, we got a first look at Joanna Dark in a new future Cairo setting. Team Perfect Dark has pulled inspiration from elements of the first two games, but crafted an entirely new story and universe around them for this reboot. So yeah, Perfect Dark is still there, even though, you know, they've been saying that development's been troubled. But it's like, hey, look, we got something. There's something here. Fable coming in 2025 showed off some new gameplay, new bit of a little bit more story. So yeah, I do want to play this. I can't wait till this comes out. Again, this will be available on Game Pass. Flight Simulator 2024 launches on November 19th. This is actually another game that I need to see if it will run on my updated hardware. It played okay, or not updated hardware, but updated configuration on my PC. It played okay, but I would like to see if I can squeeze just a bit more out of it and see what it's going to look like. Or hopefully, you know, maybe it'll be like on par, or 2024 will be on par with with the current flight sim. Probably not though. Might push a little bit more, or it's just maybe 2024 is just offering more things. Honestly, I would just like an easier way to fly the plane. Look, there was at one point, and that still might be a thing once I can find the time to do this. Because Caden this is Caden's final week of school. Starting maybe next week, I might be able to play games for a longer amount of time because I don't have to get up and go anywhere to pick him up. I just have to go make him lunch. So next week, look for stream to be cut off. Like, instead of going to BRB, I actually might take a hard lunch break, stop the stream, and then start a new one after lunch with like with the Major Linux show or something like that, or it may come a little bit later in the day. For Roblox, I wouldn't do it, but if it was Flight Simulator, I might. I'll take 1/10 of a pilot salary if they let me do that. But yeah, next week, yeah, see things possibly being broken up a little bit more. as I don't have to go anywhere in the morning. I was thinking about pushing the streams up a little bit earlier, but no, the morning show, the Tech Talk Todays will still be at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. And then after lunch will be Major Linux show. We'll play around with that time next week to see like when would be a good time for like after lunch. So I won't come back upstairs and play. And maybe we'll do some simulator games 1 week where it's like, hey, I have no job, so let's play these simulators. Life is Strange Double Exposure, a proper story sequel to the first Life is Strange, because we've had the prequel, now try the sequel. Somehow involves solving a crime across 2 different timelines. It'll be launching on October 29th. This was not a Game Pass game, so it looks like it might be a minute before I get my hands on it. But Life is Strange has appeared on Game Pass. Currently, True Colors is on Game Pass, but I do own that on Steam, and I do need to finish that. More from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was released, and it is funny as shit. It is Indiana Jones. That game is fucking Indiana Jones. Troy Baker, I'm hearing more Troy Baker in Indy than I was before, but it's still somewhat convincing that like he's trying to pull that Harrison Ford accent off. Like the game is still fucking funny, at least from the trailer. Oh yeah, it's Troy Baker. It's Troy Baker, being Indy. From what I saw in the trailer, it's still funny. It still feels like that Indiana Jones type of comedic timing. When it comes to the dialogue, the fight scenes, and even like after like they showed the cinematic here, like that's being depicted here. They show, like the jump cut, like the super cut of all the things you can do in the game. There is still Nazi punching, Nazi whipping, Nazi shooting, Nazi pan hitting, like Nazi headbutting, and also being headbutted by a Nazi. But I'm pretty sure you get hit back too. I actually am kind of excited to play this, and I think it'll be a nice. I feel like it'll be a nice departure. I mean, granted, like I've played Horizon, I've played a Uncharted game. I think this might be. I'm hoping that this will be the first Machine Games game that I like, because I do not like Wolfenstein. Just something about Wolfenstein. Not that I don't like killing Nazis. It's just something about the gameplay of Wolfenstein I just cannot get behind. It just does not feel like a good shooter to me. But that's just me. They send hate mail to Verge conflict. Avowed got another look, kind of giving more story details as to what you'll be doing in the game. I will say that I am still not into this game. Just not. Assassin's Creed Shadows, of course, we'll probably see more information about this game today at Ubisoft Forward. But again, shout out to my man Yasuke. All the haters can hate. All of the haters can hate. Yasuke is the man. Let's go. And I cannot wait to see more. I want a poster of Yasuke. I want a background image of Yasuke. I am full in on Yasuke. And yes, it's a Ubisoft game. I do not care. This will probably be the first Assassin's Creed game I will buy. But maybe not the first one I will play in 2024. Because remember, there is a demo for Assassin's Creed Mirage on iOS. Microsoft also announced discless Xbox Series X in white. We need to buy it when it'll be on Game Pass. So it will not be on Game Pass at launch. I could wait for it to be on Game Pass, which might be the thing. I do, again, as much as I would like to buy things and look into the future, like that was a mistake I did in early 2023 or even in 2022, when I thought oh yeah, I'll be able to pick up that game. But again, things happen. I can't, knowing what I want to do for employment, if I do go back to work, when I'm gonna say when I go back to work, like when I go back to work, I know what I want to do for employment, and those opportunities aren't really there right now. So it's a thing of like, I would like to buy this game day one. I probably won't be able to. It might be a thing where it comes out on Game Pass and it's like, oh yeah, I can play this, or maybe like a free play Friday or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, I can play this, but then I'll forget and it'll probably pass me by, and it's really going to suck for me. Because again, I like playing games where there are people who look like me in those video games. It's why Watch Dogs 2 is my favorite video game. There are, of course, other games that feature black characters, but and again, like Assassin's Creed, what was it? Assassin's Creed Shadows may hit, but it won't hit as much as Watch Dogs 2, because Watch Dogs 2 had several black players, one of which was an IT, the other was a hacker. And it's like, and especially now in 2024, I see myself more in that group of people than I did when the game came out in 2016. But even in 2016, it's like, if I was more on that, anarchist shit, yeah, I'd be over there. Like, I'm so iffy about hackers because, they make things difficult for system admins. But I could kind of see me rolling with them if I was more of a scumbag than I was. But yeah, now I'm like, fuck the system, like for real. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, where's my local DedSec chapter at? I'm ready to fully embrace Marcus Holloway. Sorry, my Marcus Holloway wears a nice sweater vest and a fedora. It's a dope looking Marcus. 3 new Xbox Series XS consoles. 3. Wait, whoa, what's this third one? I know this black one and this white one are new. What's new with this one? Excuse me. Microsoft is making the white version of Xbox Series X official today. The new console option won't include a disk drive, as they keep pushing for game preservation. Inside it's identical to the Xbox Series X with the same performance for existing Xbox games. This new white model will be available with 1 terabyte of storage later this year at $449.99. Jeez. Xbox President Sarah Bond revealed the new white Xbox Series X during Xbox Game Showcase today, alongside a 2 terabyte Galaxy Black version of the original Xbox Series X. That's this one over here with the green accents. I guess it comes with this new controller too, with the green background, little green base down here, and it's sparkly. It's sparkly. There's also a $349.99 1 terabyte Xbox Series S coming in white. Oh, okay. So this is the white one. This is the white Series S that has 1 terabyte. I wonder if they will drop the 512. If they drop the 512, they should drop the price of the 1 terabyte down to the 512's price, and we'd be golden. I will say that at that point, if we get a $299.99 1 terabyte Xbox Series S, I will back off. I will back off of the Xbox Series S. I'll do it. Let's see what else came out. Oh, Gears of War E-Day was announced. The prequel to all of the Gears of War. Honestly, I could not when I was looking at the trailer, I was looking at the main characters. That looks like Marcus Phoenix, but he looks really young. But then, yeah, I find out it's E-Day. So this is the day everything went to shit for them. So it's like, okay, this makes sense. It's a young Marcus Phoenix. I would initially before they said this is E-Day or whatnot. I was like, so are the cogs going into the E-hole? Like, what are they doing here? Are they taking the fight to the to the Locust. I couldn't remember what the fuck the enemies were called. I was like, all right, you know what? We have terrible time. All the Locusts on our servers. We're going to them now. We're gonna take the fight to them. I was like, I don't know. I've never really played Gears. They may have already have taken the fight to the Locusts and have beaten the Locusts. I'm not sure where they are in the Gears story at this moment. Honestly, I have access to all of the Gears games. Like, there's no reason why I haven't played them again, other than a lot of games. There are a lot of fucking games available. And like, we can sit here and say that, oh, Xbox doesn't, they're not putting out games that, look, I have Game Pass and I have like their backwards catalog that I have not played. I should probably dig into those and then maybe complain Xbox doesn't have games. It was like, right now I have games to play, and that's why I'm not beating the drum of there's no first party titles. There's no first party titles. I just got plenty of games I need to catch up on. Let's see. This is being built on Unreal Engine 5. There is no release date as of yet. And I think that is it. There's other news here. I've got 14 minutes to go. Xbox boss Phil Spencer addresses studio closures. Sometimes I've had to make hard decisions that frankly are not decisions I love. In the end, I've said over and over, I have to run a sustainable business inside the company and grow. And that means sometimes I have to make hard decisions that frankly are not decisions I love, but decisions that nobody needs to go make. We will continue to go forward. We will continue to invest in what we're trying to do in Xbox and build the best business we can. Which ensures we can continue to do shows like the one we just did. How about deciding not to buy those companies in the first place? Thank you, Merge. The whole point. You did not have to buy Activision, but you did. Give them a grant instead of buying them out. But nope, consolidation is the name of the game. But yeah, still fitting. Make a business deal. Exactly. What? It's a legendary Kevy Kev show in the building. Ooh, that was a peak. But yeah. Xbox did not have to do and miss out on all them IPs they can let die. Diogen, why? Why must you hurt me? Building. But yeah, like as Merch said, these are things that they did not have to do. They did anyway. And then as capitalism does what it does, it just tends to eat all the other capitalisms until there's only one capitalism. And that just turns out to be authoritarian. If only people realize that. Shut up, Xbox. Sending me notifications. Don't break your streak. I'm gonna break it. Yeah, they didn't have to do that. They could have done a multitude of things, but no. It's too much like right. Phil Spencer briefly explains the decision to bring Doom: The Dark Ages to PlayStation 5. Doom is definitely one of those franchises that has a history of so many platforms. It's a franchise that I think everyone deserves to play. When I was in a meeting with Marty a couple of years ago, I asked Marty what he wanted to do, and he said he wanted to sell it on all platforms. Simple as that. So I think, like, I'm going to posit on this one, right? That they tried the exclusivity shit and they realized that, okay, this did not work out for us the way we thought it was. We should probably put this on more things. And we're going to use the excuse of, oh, so many people bought Doom in so many places before. Who are we to keep this away from other people? So yeah, I feel like the mea culpa, if that's what you want to call it, or like them coming out on that stage and say like, here's the future of Xbox. We're putting some of our first party games on other consoles. And then, yeah, like for them really not focusing on that hardware, even though Sarah Bond definitely did say that, hey, we are working on the next generation, which cool, you do that. I think that them coming out on stage and saying a few months ago, like, yeah, our games are going to be on the consoles, was them like realizing we cannot put this game, we cannot make these studios like that we're making platform titles Xbox only. We can't do that. Like that was a bad business move. And I'm pretty sure we're going to start seeing other games like Starfield show up on PlayStation. And like, I mean, I don't know about Halo or Gears, but at least from their other studios that they've acquired, other publishers they acquired, we're going to see the ZeniMax games coming back to PlayStation. We're going to see Activision games stay on PlayStation. Well, imagine that you can't replace multi-platform sales with just one platform. And in the last place platform at that. When said game preservation was key to Xbox, kind of has me worried because what does that look like? Exactly, especially when they announced a diskless Xbox Series X. Like, y'all look, we turn off servers, and again, I understand the reason why servers get turned off. But when you turn off servers that had access to those games, unless you are making them, like, and who knows, they may be making them backwards compatible. Or like maybe the UWP platform that they're putting on Xbox, like it scales with Windows and Xboxes along the way. So everything that is UWP from Xbox One onward will always play on future Xboxes and on PC, right? But I still feel like having physical copies of game is the best way to preserve games. And the fact that you're making diskless systems, you've introduced a new diskless system, kind of doesn't work there. The bandwidth is only so much and data caps are the devil. Exactly. And imagine being hit with both. Like I am fortunate to have like mirrored gigabit. I can have more gigabit if I wanted to. It's uncapped. I can download and upload whatever I want, but it's still like people don't have that. And to sit there and, you know, restrict who gets access to games, whether it's on a platform basis or, you know, it's digital only as opposed to a physical release. Like the fact that who knows what's going to happen to Alan Wake 2, because there's no, like, I think the physical copies of Alan Wake 2 got delayed. Or are they even releasing a physical copy of that game? Also, Phil Spencer talked about the handheld. Phil Spencer really does want to put a handheld out there. He really wants to put a handheld. He says, I think we should have a handheld. The future for us in hardware is pretty awesome, and the work that the team is doing around different form factors, different ways to play, I'm incredibly excited about. Today was about the games, but we will have the time to come out and talk more about platform, and we can't wait to bring it to you. Again, Phil, this one's on me. This was on me. The Xbox Surface. That's it. Actually, no, wait, that's not new. We came up with that, right, Kev? When people were talking about like just doing weird shit, like dual booting Xboxes or dual booting PCs with the Xbox software. It was like, no, just create a hardware platform that just runs Xbox or something, like, or make a portable gaming solution that runs a skinned version of Windows or something. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Dual booting a Surface with Xbox software. The internet, people. Also because I love storage, and Xbox, or now Xbox, along with Activision and Call of Duty, are trying to hurt me something fierce. Because like I said, Black Ops 6 is coming to Game Pass. I happen to subscribe to Game Pass. This is the time period I am interested in. So yes, Black Ops 6 will be on my PC at launch. I will probably stop whatever I am playing to play Black Ops 6 at launch. I am saying that right now. You could be mad at me all you want. I twist myself in knots when I try to get Kev to play X Defiant with me, but it's fine. He won't play X Defiant. We're cool. It's whatever. We'll move on. But this is kind of the Call of Duty I want to play. I do not want to play the multiplayer. I want to see this fucking story, because this is the time period. This is the shit that I am interested in, right? However, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, according to Xbox's website, is weighing in at 309.85 gigabytes. Do y'all not understand why there is a white 1 terabyte Xbox Series S now? Not as bad as streaming a Harry Potter game. We'll forgive you. Look, I will never do that. I'll do a lot of things, but I will never do that. I will never do that. 309.85 gigabytes of storage. I don't know where they saw it, or maybe it showed more. Or maybe they took it off, because I don't see it. If anybody else sees it on the screen, let me know. Like, this is additional storage space, but doesn't initially say the. Well, according to them, they were saying it was on the store page. So they might have taken it off. Maybe it's in more. Yeah, well, okay. Ah, there it is. Approximate size 309.85 gigabytes. This is on the Xbox Series X and S, right? Excuse me. Now, what I'm hoping here is that, you know, you can install various components to bring that size down. So it's like, for me, all I want to play is the campaign. Shit, you know what? Because, you know, they're gonna focus on multiplayer first. Like, I probably will have to download the multiplayer and then I have to download the campaign. But like, if I want, and then I probably have Warzone installed somewhere, so it's going to be a mess. I have a feeling I'm going to lose a hard drive. I have to run this off Chunky Games. I don't know if they'll let you play it on Chunky. I don't know if they'll let you play it on Chunky, dog. Look, what you could do, honestly, if you can afford a NVMe drive, get an enclosure, right? Get an SSD enclosure like this one. Because what you can do is you can sit there and put your NVMe, your fast storage. Okay, there it goes. You put your fast storage in here, you plug it up, and you might be able to play it on this. If you're looking for something quick and speedy to use. I'd recommend that maybe before putting it on the chunky. Like it may install and run on a chunky hard drive, but it's like things getting loaded properly. Yeah, it ain't gonna be great. Also, if you're saying you're running this off a chunky, are you playing Black Ops? Kev, don't tease me, man. Are you gonna play Black Ops? Don't tease me with a good time, man. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Again, it is actually noon. I was thinking about it, but I don't know. Look, Kev could be like, look, no, I'm going to pass on Black Ops 6 because they are being oppressive to hard drives everywhere. And no, I'm not going to support a developer and a publisher that is going to be oppressive to my SSDs. It is time we stand up to increasing game sizes. Enough. I stand with Tikal, and we call on the storage king, Major Linux, to stand with us against these increasing game sizes. He's going to run out of storage eventually. Enough is enough. Consolidated storage devices or SSD. Yo, that is good. That is fucking good. Solidarity for storage devices. That's it. I'm leaving the PSL and joining Solidarity to storage device. Solidarity for storage devices. Or solidarity with storage devices. I don't know. We'll work it out, but SSD for short. At this point, every purchase of COD should come with a DD. I believe, and you know what? Maybe I should put all of my videos in some AI thing, so that way I can search transcripts and find the one video that I have said that. And I know I've said that on multiple videos. I had to have said that out loud at least on 2 videos. But I know I have said it in person to people. Call of Duty, like especially when now that Xbox owns Activision, there is nothing stopping Microsoft from releasing those expansion cards with games pre-installed. The first one you can buy is a 520 SSD that has Call of Duty on it. I feel like there may be there are some security things to work out to make sure you don't steal it. Some anti-piracy shit that you got to work out to make sure you don't steal it. I don't know what that looks like, but I know I have said on multiple occasions that Call of Duty needs to be sold with hard drives. If you were going to buy a new NVMe, it should come with a copy of Call of Duty, and it's like you install it and the NVMe is already full. Anywho, yes, I said I was supposed to be out here at noon. It is past noon. It's 12:03. Thank you to everybody for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk today. The archive for this may be late. Also, if you're looking for Friday's archive, you can catch it on Twitch for maybe about 2 weeks. If you want to see me do a show still on the effects of a substance, you can go watch all 15 minutes of it. It is there. I'm not removing it, but when Twitch does, it's it. I did not make an archive of that one because 1, it was 15 minutes. 2, I was still under influence of the substance, so I just didn't feel like it. And 3, while not embarrassed that I did it, it was something that I realized after the fact I probably shouldn't have done it. And also, that's not Friday, it was Thursday stream. I forgot I don't do shows on Friday. So yeah, if you want to see it as an example of something you probably shouldn't do on stream, if you are not wholly prepared for it, go check that out. But yeah, this archive, this show's archive might be up a little bit later in the day as I'm trying to prepare to leave, and then I'll come back, edit, do whatever, while also seeing what else happened while I was gone. So yeah, you may see a huge amount of news come out from like a Mastodon account. Unless, by the time I come back, someone will probably have everything announced at WWDC or everything announced at Ubisoft Forward. So I'll probably put those out. So it's not like everything that interests me, unless it's something that needs to stick out. So yeah, we'll see. But those will probably come a little bit later too, because I'm probably going to watch both of those shows before I open up my laptop and start looking at RSS feeds, so that way I can get the complete context in the order it was given. All right, cool. That's it for me. That's the show update. Hopefully tomorrow, though, after we do the recaps of Ubisoft Forward and WWDC, there should be a game. We should be able to play some games. Getting really close. Going to try to get the Wholesome Direct article out. Didn't you release it already? Didn't you release the Wholesome Direct? I could have sworn I showed that on stream, Kev. What did you do? But yeah, I think I am close to the end game for Forbidden West, the main story. So that might be coming up. Oh, that was a kickoff show live article. Okay, cool. But hey, look, if articles are coming to DC Analyst, DCAnalyst.net, please do not let me stop you. I'm working on, thanks to Diogen, I'm looking at looking at an idea now, with on-device AI, because again, as much as AI is the bane of people's existence, generative text AI is kind of where I think things are cool. And I would love to be able to work with stuff on device that doesn't require internet connection, that I can still use, reference, and do. So, although you want to talk about the Killer Bean thing as an idea for me. Oh, Killer Bean? I mean, if I get a hold of Killer Bean, I'll do Killer Bean, but I don't have access to Killer Bean right now. What I do have access to is Olama. But yes, Killer Bean is a thing I am interested in. As happening, if we like it or not, now is the time to help steer it in the right direction. I mean, you're absolutely right. You're right, Merge. Like, some of the stuff I wish it would die, but like, yeah, generative text is kind of where I'm at and kind of just where I want to focus. But yeah, we can talk all about all that later. I gotta go. I gotta get ready so I can see my son win an award. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern here at twitch.tv/MajorLinux. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been playing, you could have been reading the tech and gaming news yourself, but you said, no, thank you. No, thank you. We want to see beans that are jumping in and out of windows, killing motherfuckers left and right, because that is the dope shit. And you're right. And for that, I said, thank you. And all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is nobody's going to protect us but ourselves. I love you. Peace. How?
Y'all still here? Anywho, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Really do appreciate it. Of course, if you like the content that you just saw, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that the YouTubers ask you to do. I guess that includes me now. Anywho, yes, like, comment, subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Support the channel over Patreon, PayPal, whatever. Check out the links in the video. To anything else I might be pushing, hawking, I don't know. Did I sell out by now? I recorded this ages ago. Have I sold out? Let me know. But until then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.